Capture anything until I put all my audio back where it goes. All right, they are both up and running. Okay. Last time on A Crown of Cold Iron, we're continuing our arc called Beneath the Raven Palace. The heroes of Queensboro, which is what I've decided to start calling you now in my notes, are attempting to assist Alex, a childhood friend of Cyrus, and a protege of Mort, and also some kind of Tuatha Fey infused changeling. Anyway, they have been on the trail of a human supremacist group called the Kingsguard, who accidentally stumbled their way into a vast extra-dimensional ruin beneath the historic Raven Palace itself. Contained within the ruin are all manner of lost and powerful magical items, either things created by the Raven King and his allies, or taken from the powerful Fey foes that they defeated. The Kingsguard has been mostly further out ahead of you, delving into the dungeon, with only limited success, but each success they make seems to be increasing their power as they grow in strength and discover more magical items. So you all have secured several of these items, and as you were making your way, you found what seemed to be a large rookery, a massive space seemingly dedicated to the keeping of thousands of ravens. Cyrus has been getting weird vibes from this room over and over, mixed in with just the strange deja vu, weird visions, fragments of memory you've all been experiencing. And as you investigated this room, you found a giant, mutated raven-like creature hanging up in the rafters, which proceeded to attack you. You managed to defeat it, and as Cyrus dealt a decisive and vicious final blow, the creature shed all of its mass and feathers to reveal a pale young woman who Cyrus has recently been seeing in visions. So, right where we left off, Auric is encircled in his spiritual guardians, the stalking presence of his strange lady patron protecting him. Alex is unconscious on the floor, having been attacked by the raven creature and then struck by some kind of summoned storm that the creature brought. Cyrus has stabbed the creature through the chest and is now holding this woman who is bleeding out in his arms. And we're going to jump right back into it. What do you all want to do?
I will immediately step over to Alex and shove a potion down their throat.
All right. So as you make your way over, you draw out one of the. I think we decided were they still in the Hugs bottles this time around? That sounds right.
I think so. Yes.
One of the healing potions in a squeezable plastic Hugs bottle that you all purchased from Midsum Pawn and Fine Goods, and you you pull off the foil and just. And Alex splutters. Fruit punch?
Oh, I was curious. Good to know. Guys, we got to be careful. I only have 7 left.
I should quit giving you all wealth. All right, so Alex is starting to come back up. The decisive moment. Cyrus, what is happening?
All right. I think Cyrus is going to attempt to pull his sword out, and administer a potion of healing to the figure.
All right. So this woman is sort of hanging limp. Your sword is just stabbed in, So in sort of the same motion, you pull out Ill Omen and you crush one of these delightful squeezable healing potions. And it sort of sprays a little bit. Most of it gets across her face and mouth. And she also kind of and opens huge dark eyes, totally bewildered. And she immediately starts yelling in this strange language that only Auric so far has understood. Go ahead and Cyrus, make an athletics check.
Uh-oh. $16.
All of my mammals got really noisy all at once. So we'll roll. We'll go ahead and roll for her. And what was it you got?
16.
She gets an 18. So she doesn't like try and grab you or anything. She just like flails and tries to get out of your arms and succeeds and just thunk hits the floor. She sort of like crab walks a few paces backwards, and she's yelling. And Auric, you can understand this. To Lexi and Cyrus, this is just coming out as this weird sort of sibilant language you've been hearing off and on. And so she is yelling this in... Yeah, you would know... So actually, she's yelling this in 2 languages, one of which Auric knows. There's a little bit of like Spanglish happening. So it's this very ancient dialect of Common. And you catch words like what's become familiar now. Intruders! Let go of me! Let go! And she smashes to the ground. I won't let you have it. You can't take it.
I will first respond in that language saying, it's not fair if you swear in a language I can't understand.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check, everybody.
Oh, 22, nice.
A 5.
8.
It's
Yeah, that tracks.
She's not quite fully casting it yet, but Auric, you spot that as she is sort of standing to her feet, her hands, and she might not even be fully conscious of it, her sort of long, pale fingers are already starting to move through some somatic components. And it looks like she might cast something, maybe not immediately, but it seems to be weighing heavily on her mind.
Cyrus is going to sheathe his sword and be like, we're
not gonna do this.
Friends. Fish are friends, not food.
we're here. We are also here to protect what's here from those who would take it.
Roll an insight check.
Everyone?
Yeah, all of you can roll this.
An 8.
Dirty
15.
20.
All right. Auric and Cyrus, you catch. She has no idea what Cyrus is saying. She does not seem to speak common.
Great.
I will. Calm down. Calm down. You can't understand my friends. My friends can't understand you. May I act as translator?
Make a persuasion check.
26. The dice are loving me right now.
She sort of takes another step back, but is eyeing you carefully. Trying to think of all the order. Go ahead, before I forget, Auric and Cyrus, go ahead and both roll to see how much the potions healed.
Right.
What are those again?
If you did regular potions, they're 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Once I realized the bonus is always the number of dice, that blew my
Alex
mind.
was rolled for 8.
All right.
And she heals for 6.
And while we're doing some of that housekeeping, I realize that the spirit guardians might also not be helping my diplomacy, so I'm going to go ahead and dismiss spirit guardians and heal myself some. Heal myself a lot.
Very nice.
Awesome. All right. So she's looking around, and since we're just doing a lot of rolls, go ahead and everybody make a perception check.
10.
20.
14. It's almost as...
You all are reminded again, this room does have one unusual feature that you've not seen in any of the others. It has windows. And in fact, you've seen places throughout this ruin where probably windows seem like they should have been, but weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And they're opening sort of out into the void. She is going to make a check. You all see this moment as it seems like she finally gets her sort of mental feet back under her. And she's looking at the four of you very oddly. Where did you get this clothing? Are you Fae?
I mean, this is just a standard sweater vest. I mean, it's a very nice sweater vest, but they sell them at all the clothing stores. Maybe not all the clothing stores.
So there's no ancient common word for sweater vest. So what you all heard was like sweater vest, and then you see her phonetically sounding out sweater vest. I don't know what that is. Where are you all from?
Well,
Not that I could understand her, but
I quickly say she's asking us where we're from. Queensboro?
Are you saying that in common to the group or in ancient common to her?
Yes.
She says, I don't know anyone who dresses like that in Queensboro.
maybe not New York.
Tell her something. Tell her that I've been seeing visions of a catastrophe happening here and being with her. And I think that happened a long time ago.
Okay. My friend says that he's been having weird visions about a catastrophe, and you were there, and he thinks it happened a long time ago. How old are you?
She's sort of looking back and forth between you all. What is the year?
Yeah, I was about to say, ask her what year she thinks it is.
What is the year?
We'll file this under you tell her.
I don't know.
I have I have implied it somewhere, and I have no idea where I would pull that up.
4,073 years since the Sundering.
She kind of slumps back against the wall. All of the sort of spell casting ceases, and she just looks like she has the breath knocked out of her.
Guys, I think I broke her.
Let's just go for it. Ask her what happened the day of the smoke and the alarms. That's the last thing I've seen.
My friend wants to know what happened on the day with the smoke and the alarms.
She sort of scoffs. Which day with the smoke and the alarms?
She says, which day with the smoke and the alarms?
Which forest or village or town did the Fae burn?
I think it was here.
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, I just coughed on mute.
Cyrus says, I think it was here.
Was there a day with smoke and alarms that happened while you were? Was there only one day with smoke and alarms that happened while you were here?
The Fae were burning villages. There was a dozen of them. They kept burning and burning until we took that from them. And she points off somewhere into the ruins.
I'm sorry, what was that? Pointing in the same vague direction.
It was some kind of almost like a hive for the will-o-wisps, an artifact. It's not even close to the most powerful thing that they brought, but human peasants aren't particularly useful against their villages being lit on fire.
True. I'm just going to, from now on, let's just say that I'm translating fairly faithfully.
Yes.
unless I feel the need to interject.
Yeah, ask her what her role was, or what was your role here.
She says a word that Auric, you immediately get several different ways of translating it. It could be rendered as shadow or listener, or and this maybe feels like it's getting off book. You feel like you understand a connotation to this word completely divorced from context. Like you don't know why, but you know this word means these other things because the word that she says is raven. She was a raven.
I look around the room at all the birds in the cages.
You do gather it isn't actually the same word. You gather that this is a title.
So you're the shadow.
What are the odds Cyrus has a picture of Mort? Would Cyrus ever have gotten a picture of Mort on his phone, or would that be like
Ooh.
would that be like NBI, like don't do that. Yeah.
Give me two different rolls. Give me first a history check with advantage.
Okay.
And then also just give me a pure. Actually, we'll call this a technology check after that.
Okay. History, I got a 16. And technology is a 17.
So when you try and Auric, when you try and explain the nuance of this word, Cyrus, you recall the NBI used to be called something else. And it was a very old name that they had held on to long after it made any sense. It only finally got changed about, say, 150 years ago. And until then, they had been called the King's Crows. On the other check, I think, yes, you have gotten a picture of Mort before. But you're coming to realize now, like, Mort's picture shows up funny on technology. You can always tell that it's Mort, but what other people see when they look at it is sometimes a coin toss. And of course, now you understand there's probably some magic happening there.
Yeah.
But it could perhaps mean something in this context. It could still be useful.
Or I guess perhaps, maybe since I forgot I had these, easier. Can I either minor illusion Mort, or could I disguise self into Mort?
Yeah, you could do either of those.
Okay. I'm gonna put up Mort's face then with minor illusion. And say, I'm one of the King's Crows. I work for him. Do you know him?
she's sort of stunned for a minute, and she has to look very closely at it. And she actually steps a little closer. Cyrus, roll. We'll call this a perception check.
Eight.
You don't have any notice. So she's looking, and someone else who is close by might notice her eyes slide for a second, and might notice your jacket glitches when she gets close. It changes for a moment, and it's the mantled cloak.
Okay.
And make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa. Another 5. So total of 12, but
All right, let's have her. Both of you are not quite moving at full speed here. She just barely manages to like get hands to either side, and is like pulling on the fabric or on the mantle of the cloak, and she's yelling, "Where did you get this? Who did you take this from?"
it was a gift from my mentor. He sent us here to protect this place.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
$14. Getting past that nat one.
I mean, this is your pattern of great and
Great and terrible.
Yep.
when she pulls close, you all would be able to see this. So Alex has like just sort of barely gotten themselves back up on their feet, and it's like it's like when the three of you are suddenly in a certain proximity to each other. Auric and Lexi, you all see this. All three of them sway for a second. And Cyrus, you are feeling that same weird sensation you had when you were talking to Mort, and then when you were talking to Alex. And Auric, no, the only person who's seen this before is Lexi. Auric, you were dying. The same thing happens that happened in Fickle Spirits when Auric was dying.
Right.
but it happens to all three of them. This woman and Alex and Cyrus all go a little bit gray. Their pupils swell until like their whole eye is like a glassy black. And little feathers start sort of appearing on the edges. Black talons extend from the fingertips. And it only lasts for like half a second, but
Oh, fun. Thunder.
it's very appropriate. But Cyrus, you feel like you've just been like stabbed in the chest with adrenaline. And you can see that this woman and Alex are both kind of and she takes a step back and it starts to fade off of each of you.
Okay.
All right. Don't hurt yourselves. Just been through a big battle here.
Is there something you want to tell us about all this right here?
Bird stuff.
I don't know what's going on. And she says a word again. And again, Auric, it's weird connotation without context. The word she says would translate to something like Great Raven. But when she says it, you can understand that it's a name. And she says, he hid his power here. He said that we couldn't have it among the mortals. But I knew we would need it, and so I came back to get it. She sinks back down again, and this time when she sinks back down, you actually see she sort of like rubs at her wrists, and then actually pulls off these two. I wrote a description. I should read a description instead of just making it up again. She pulls off these dark leather bracers that seem to have this spiral and feathers pattern on them. And when she takes it off and sets it down, you can see her like visibly relax a little bit. And she reaches up, and this is truly odd. She's wearing a cloak that is much like Cyrus's. And she reaches up and she pulls a cloak out of her cloak. And it looks very similar. And actually, as she pulls it out, there's sort of this feathered mantle. The feathers on the mantle a moment ago were this sort of rich, lustrous black blue. And they almost glowed a little. When she pulls this other cloak out, all that's left are these sort of dark, graying feathers. And she sort of throws it in a heap with the two bracers. So I don't even know where to start.
Well done. You ate all your treats.
In my mind, there were intruders here. Did that really happen?
Yeah.
Like, just a few minutes ago, or like
No, I was. It's hard to remember, but I feel like I was trying to protect the ruins from. There were people trying to break in and to steal the things that had been left behind.
Kingsguard.
yeah, that's who we came down to stop.
And they're still here.
Well,
Could be.
Fewer than there were.
We can't let them. We can't let them take anything else. Do you have a bag or something?
Oh, do we ever?
Yep.
She sort of ties the cloak up with the bracers inside, and I'll actually say though, because you're talking about the bag of holding, right?
Yep.
She's looking for a bag that she can carry. I think we can hand wave this. Y'all have an extra
Okay.
bag.
Yeah.
We can find some bags.
And she, we can even say, she grabs like a bag that held like birdseed or something and just dumps it and stuffs them in there and ties it and says, we have to stop them before they find anything else. There are things down here that we can't let them get out.
Like the blood drinking sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cyrus will say, I believe we protected Shifra's dagger and the Blood Moon blade.
She nods, and she's going to start heading for the door.
Cool. Can we ask her where the Fey Flame torch was kept?
It was the last I remember. There's a chamber next to the dungeon. They were trying to figure out how to undo the magic of it. That's the last place I remember seeing it.
Well, then I guess that's our target, isn't it? You well enough to lead the way?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Lexi really saved your all's butts in that fight. Because there's no light in that room. But Lexi just like completely like resolved that for you all. Yeah, if
Like
it's
she walks out and suddenly it gets really dark.
I think I can get us there. Also, I'm gonna add a player sheet for her real quick.
Oh, Quick question with the tattoo. When we do the hit dice heal, do we add our con, or is it just a straight hit dice roll?
You'd roll it like you were taking a rest.
Okay.
And I'll attach her to her token. Vision, night vision. She's going to get purple to match.
I'm sure everybody gets dark vision with me.
I don't have dark vision.
Humans, halflings, and dragonborn, I think, are the only ones who get left out.
But I glow, so it's okay.
I cast fire spells that will burn this place if I need to see.
So bright.
All right, now she can see. She says, "This way." And I'm gonna attach her to Alex because I can only move one at a time.
While we're walking, I'm going to ask her,
Wait.
why was there anything out of those windows? We're underground, aren't we?
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. So out the windows, you all could just see like black void, truly unsettling nothingness. But every so often, there would be a flicker, and it's like you were suddenly looking out of a 10th story window of a building out onto green hills and tiny villages in the distance.
Okay.
So then reword the question, what the hell was that outside the windows?
And she says that name again, Great Raven. There was a spell that the king left on the castle, and he was able to unanchor part of the castle from the rest of the world. And that's what is outside of the world.
Lovely.
I will fast forward us a bit through. It's this way. So basically where you turned to the west before, instead she turns to the east.
Aha.
All the way down all the way down?
Yeah, all the way at the bottom.
Okay.
Man, that is weird. It's supposed to perfectly center the maps on the grid, and it on this lower hallway, it
just ever so slightly off.
Yeah. But I guess it's okay because it doesn't shove you into the room. Although what's weird is I can't find a script that, I'm sure there is one. I don't know how to stop you all from bouncing through the walls. I know my friend has one that he's used before, but I don't know what it is. All right. So
before we go fight something, Lexi and Oric, do y'all have you used your tattoo heal? Do y'all want to use your tattoo heal today?
I don't think I have.
Did not use the tattoo heal since the chapel.
Yeah.
But I did use my heal from the Spirit Guardians, so.
How do I use the tattoo heal again? I don't remember.
Just essentially take a short rest.
Okay.
And you can spend up to 3 since we're 6th level.
Yeah, so you can spend up to 3 hit dice. Here. And I think you or but you didn't actually.
Okay. Okay, so then
Roll 3d12. Okay, yeah.
All right. Is everybody healed up?
getting there. Holler. Yeah, 29.
I think I'll save my tattoo.
Okay.
Hey, no, I'm only 10 points shy of max health.
All right. So we'll kind of say as you all are traveling along, she says, "So you, I don't even know your all's names."
I introduce Lexi, Cyrus, Alex, and I'm Oric.
Ask her what her name is.
And you are?
Sana.
Son.
It's it should just be down this corridor. And you all can see that oh, and you all can see that somehow I just left off a door. That's great. I'll just kill that.
Oh, yeah, I see a nice, lovely cage right there.
Yep. Suddenly a section of wall just explodes.
I didn't do it.
All right. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 17.
Yeah.
Almost a 3.
12.
21.
Nice.
I'm a little blinded by how bright I am.
You all hear... It almost sounds like the crackling of torches. But you realize all the lights that you have found in this place so far have been almost like artificial magical flames. They've been soundless.
Okay.
But something is making that noise up in the distance.
Kingsguard wouldn't have brought torches, right? They would have had flashlights.
Oh, I guess there's no point messing with the lights if Lexi is lit up. What do y'all want to do?
Well, I have continued to learn my lesson, and so I'm staying in the back of the group. It should be just ahead, right?
Yeah, it seems like it's coming from this open area down the hall.
I mean, Cyrus,
Lexi's
let's
gonna walk down and poke her head in.
see. Why am I going the wrong way? The hell?
Cyrus is going to teleport through the wall into the earth.
It would be awesome if I could code a trap that would do that. It would like reverse your controls as you got closer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everybody hold for a second.
Holding.
It's funny that the autocomplete, my Google autocomplete even works with, in D&D Beyond. So it'll be like monster name, and then it'll pop up like my name and my wife's name and our dog's name.
Input your address.
All right. They're limping along. So she says it should be just through here. And stop right there. So, two things happen as you get about this close. There is a door just to the north of Cyrus, and a very wounded Kingsguard member, a young man with sort of a stubbly shaved head, lots of, again, bandoliers and pouches and camo, and he comes limping out holding, like, examining some kind of sword, and he just has time to mutter, I better go find the rest. And you all see Sana, like, instantaneously, the full transformation again, but she goes completely gray. Feathers just burst and run through her hair. Talons come out, and before anyone can move, her hand lashes out, grabs this young man under the neck, and lifts him up. And Auric, you don't even have time to translate this word, but she yells, "Thief!" And there's blackness and feathers around her hand for a second, and then crack. And as this figure slumps and drops this glowing sword to the ground, you see some of the vitality run out of him and into her. And she says, "They're already here. We must go." And about that same moment, Alexi, you see a bunch of things on fire through the bars in the room ahead of you. Everybody roll for initiative.
Boy.
Oh, nat 20!
Nice.
So 22.
It sat on the 17 for so long, and then got an 11.
That'll be the only nat 20 I roll in like days, weeks of playing.
Sana also gets a 5. So we'll say that was her surprise round, and now she is waiting around.
Okay.
All right. Lexi, you're up first. You can't quite see for sure what's happening yet, but there are burning something out ahead of you. This room has what looks like, you can see ahead of you a long row of cells that run down the opposite wall. And immediately to your left, there's like 2 large holding cells that are about twice as big as the others.
Okay. Um. I don't even know. Because I don't even know where to start like attacking. Obviously using, I mean, I'm gonna rage. So I'll go ahead and equip that. But obviously using my Ancient Brewer's Mallet is probably not the best bet around fire because, you know, alcohol is incredibly flammable. So I'll probably just make it worse.
Or better.
Or better. Depends on what I need to whack. I was gonna say, is there anything close enough for me to beat up? Because, you know, that's my gut instinct.
So you're seeing something fiery about 30 feet away.
All right, well,
Speed is 40, so-
I was gonna say my walking speed is 40, so I'm gonna walk over there and take a whack at whatever the hell this is.
All right. So as you come around the corner, no longer obscured by the bars, which are like strangely like thick bars and close together, but you can investigate those later. You see 5 creatures out ahead of you,
Yeah.
and I might have to adjust the lighting because for some reason it's treating the bars as if they're completely opaque.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see, but I was kind of wondering about that. So I take it there's a creature in there then.
Yeah, let's just.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I had no idea that those existed. Okay, now I get it.
Okay. There we go. You see 5 different creatures. The ones just ahead of you, they look like humanoid-shaped clouds of almost like hyper-literal fireflies. These like dancing balls of fire, each one a little bit smaller than your fist, but they're very much sort of moving like fireflies. But what they're weaving in and out of, you can see there's like a core, and disturbingly, the core seems to be charred human remains.
Lovely.
Yep. And we'll say that's the 4 in front of you. There's one more you can't see very well yet. But we'll wait until you get a little closer.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hit the one right in front of me, and I am actually going to use my Ancient Brewer's Mallet because it's on fire, and that would be bad for it. So, damage. All right, let's see here. So, it's the right page. There we go. And whack. That was a 12.
Let's see. 12 is not going to do it. These things
Alrighty.
sort of flit in and out. And, I mean, you swing pretty fast. You're not as fast as like, Cyrus swinging a dagger or something, but, but these things are quick and they just...
All right. I'm going to try and hit again because I have 2 hits. And I roll a 12 again. So,
did you rage, by the way?
yes.
Okay. All right. That is all your stiff.
Yeah. So I'm probably about to get lit on fire. Good thing I healed.
All right. So you're swinging at these clouds, and they're sort of dancing in front of you, and you can't quite see through clearly. but you catch a glimpse of something more humanoid shaped. It's like a dark spot against all of this brightness. This humanoid shape slowly dragging itself out of this cell. And I'll read a description.
Yeah.
Glimpsed in the dark, this creature might pass as a beautiful swarm of flickering orange butterflies. But upon drawing closer, the true horror is revealed. What was once a human body has been infected with long swaths of scabrous black bark, originating from a glowing wooden staff that seems to have been fused with the hand. The body is mostly bark at this point, with only faint patches of pallid, dead skin still visible between. The flickering orange swarm moves in and out of the silver-lined wooden cage atop the staff, and also through large openings in the bark, using the body as a kind of animated hive. The face is locked in an eternal scream, and flickering orange lights dance in and out of its mouth and empty eye sockets.
So one of the Kingsguard did a dumb
Oh yeah.
and touched something they shouldn't have with their bare hands, like an idiot.
This creature's jaw just slowly opens and it screams, but the scream is like the buzzing of insects and the crackling of a huge bonfire.
All right.
And
Anyway.
I definitely have something for this. A portion of I know I have this. There it is. A portion of the cloud sort of swirls together, and a fiery sphere moves through the air and crashes into your space. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
A 4.
That ain't gonna do it.
Dude, does danger sense? She get advantage?
That's right.
A 5.
5 does it. No.
Yes.
So this discrete cloud of free floating fiery spheres buzzes, and for just a second it blends perfectly into these two fiery swarms in front of you, and then it passes through them and catches you by surprise, and these just burning streaks swipe across you, and this swarm is now like in your space, and you take 12 points of fire damage.
It takes 6.
I take 6.
Also, you need to make a dexterity saving throw, an additional one.
Oh, at 18.
Well, that's good.
You don't die.
All right. It is Cyrus's turn.
So now that I'm actually in the room,
If it makes a difference, you could squeeze between the bars in that cage and just pass straight through, if that helps.
was that to me or to Lexi?
Oh, to you. Right here. I don't know what your mental math is.
Okay. I was trying to figure out. All right, so the
Technically, it's inner space, but I'll move it so you can see.
I was so what? So the two things in front of Lexi are the wisps.
There are 4 sort of wisping clouds with this core inside of them.
Mhm.
This creature in the back is the one holding the staff, and this is functionally it's a spell that it cast.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so that's I don't know how to do this. That's the staff? The one with the horns?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that? What's the other thing that's like
It's
two
just a
squares
different
back?
kind of swarm.
Oh, okay. All right. Six. All right. I think I'm just gonna bonus action hex the thing in front of Lexi.
All right.
And
This one
shoot
right
it.
here.
Uh,
I just dropped a purple dot on it.
I was thinking the one right in front of her, but
Oh, this?
no, I see one to her north and one to her northwest. Is that
Right. Which one were you trying to drop it on?
north?
Okay, that's the one I've got it on.
Really? Okay. I see a fireball and two different red things.
Right, and you wanted to put it on one of the red things, or did you
Yeah.
mean the different one?
No, I meant one of the ones.
Okay,
They're
yeah,
at her,
yeah,
so.
we're good.
Okay, cool. All right, so X and short bow. That was an 18.
18 will hit.
Cool. And she's engaged, so that's sneak, right?
Yep.
All right, so 7 plus. It's a total of 19 piercing. And another 5 necrotic, so 24.
In one shot, you unleash this cloud of hex, and it's almost like there are now birds of dark smoke swirling in this swarm of fire, and then your arrow just it spins and passes right over Lexi's shoulder, and when it hits the cloud, it just and you see the sad charred remains of some human bones and some charred bandoliers hit the ground where it was.
Womp womp.
These people are idiots.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that was everything I can do.
All right, it is
Action, bonus action.
Alex's turn. Alex is real hurt. So Alex is going to use Armor of Agathis. Get
There.
some of that good temp HP going. And Alex just kind of like comes in the door, but stands to the side and is like, I'm good here.
It's like, I'm a observe.
And it is Oryx's turn.
Just sit here and watch.
That's 15 feet, and now I can see what everybody else can see.
Wonderful.
And I go, oh God, what is that?
Your worst nightmare. Actually, are you still wearing the helmet?
I think I am, yes.
We had this entire conversation with Donna with the helmet on.
I definitely feel
thing.
like, I don't know if he would have responded, but at some point Sana would have been like, I can't take you seriously with the helmet on.
Also, I should have been like, "Isn't that Jeff's?"
I am going to use one of the items we got before we came down here, which is the Evoker's Exchange. Because these things are all on fire, so I'm guessing fire's not going to work too well.
Probably not.
Instead, I am going to cast Lightning Ball. And if I focus it on this swarm right here, it'll hit all the enemies and none of my friends.
Okay.
Jeez. All right. So I got to roll like 1,000,000 deck saves now.
Yep. It's 16.
Okay, let's take out the one that's already dead. First save. Fail. Second save. Fail. Third save. Fail. What the actual heck? All right, how much damage?
22 lightning damage.
Jeez.
All right then.
The two smaller swarms are just dispersed.
Sweet.
Even with advantage, the like primary swarm still fails. Oh, and something else I was gonna say, and I forgot. Feels important. Oh, concentration check.
Yes.
Succeeds of all the things to succeed on. All right. Anything else?
I thought about doing that as a bonus action with my sorcery points, but I didn't, so therefore, no, nothing else.
All right. All right. Moving on. Dead, dead, dead. Sana. Sana is going to kind of join Alex way over here. And Sana is going to cure wounds. Probably herself first.
Yeah, they healed her.
Everybody make a religion check.
I'm in trouble. 10!
7.
7.
This tracks.
When Sana casts her spell, it's a cloud of smoke and shadow and ravens and feathers swirls around her, and her wounds start to heal. right. That was her turn. Now it is this very damaged swarm. Yeah, should have done that. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Oric, what's your AC?
14.
Oh my gosh. Streaks of this remaining swarm split off and form three sort of spear-like flaming protrusions, and two of them fly right past you and hit nothing. The remaining one hits you for 11 fire damage.
Hang on. Surely there's something I can do with this. It doesn't say what kind of action that is.
For
Shoot.
what?
Elemental affinity. I can spend a sorcery point to gain resistance to fire, but it doesn't say what kind of action it is.
Huh. Let me take a look. Is that a sorcerer ability?
Yeah.
That may mean it's just free then.
It's at the same time you cast a spell that deals that kind of damage.
Okay. All right, then I take the full 11 damage you said?
Yep.
Woo!
Which actually makes that way less useful than it should be, because, yeah,
I mean, it does last for an hour, but
it's true.
since these guys are doing fire damage, I'm not casting fire spells.
All right. That puts us back to the top of the initiative with Lexi.
All right. So, any way to dispel this swarm around me? Can I whack it?
You can just step out of it.
Okay, good. I can do that. So I'll go up to, let's see. What, 40? So how many blocks is that?
That'll be 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go past the storm and I'm gonna go up to this fire thing and slap it. Go scroll up. Also, I have inspiration from our last fight. Does that still count, or do I need to take that off?
You've still got that. That's different than Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
That is even better. That is DM Inspiration. That's advantage on one anything.
Okay. I had forgotten that I had it, but let's see how I do first. Well, that's a 20, a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. And that's a 15 points of damage.
It hurts.
Yeah.
You what's disturbing is that when you hack into it, it's humanoid shaped, but it definitely feels like chopping wood, but the wood bleeds.
Lovely. It's a good thing I'm using the mallet and not the hand axe, because that would be kind of gross.
Oh, in some ways that's worse though, because like as you like crack it, it splinters inward and blood just starts seeping, and but the blood has almost a sap-like quality to it.
Of course it does.
It's ebbing out very slowly, and actually it flickers and little bits of it catch flame as it touches the air.
Man, you are one dumb soul. Roll again. That's an 11. So I'm going to use my inspiration on that. So what does that give me?
Just another roll.
Okay, just another roll. All right, that's 22.
Jeez, that'll hit.
And I slap it again for another 15 points of damage.
It's real hurt.
It's not dead yet.
All right. The more you smash this thing, it's bleeding out more and more, and it's clearly becoming unstable. It's like flickering and burning in more places. And it very slowly and then there's a sound like thousands of buzzing insects. And let's see. I really need like simple. Gotta zoom out. Let's see. Oh, I bet I can do this. Aha.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's very hard to get it the right size, though. 20-foot radius is 8 across, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's going to be everybody. This buzzing swarm of burning insects, or burning fae, really, flows out of this thing, and a fireball erupts that is going to catch everyone except Lexi.
Deck saves.
Yep.
14.
14 will actually make it.
$13.
Cyrus is just sitting there with the confidence of a rogue. Although you don't have evasion yet.
Nope.
I keep forgetting about that. 13's also going to do it, though. But more importantly, Alex is going down one way or the other, actually.
Poor
Sana
Alex.
did not get to heal him yet.
Yeah.
Oh, she has 90 feet of dark vision. Oh, that's really obnoxious. Sana and Alex both go down again. Oh no, wait. 26. No. Alex still goes down even with armor of Agathis. So they both out. And as a bonus action, can move. That flaming swarm is going to smash towards Cyrus. Make a dex save.
Okay, great. 8. Because I got a nat 1 on
It
my
rolled
plus
almost
7.
minimum damage. 3 points of fire damage.
Okay. That's not neither of these were an attack, right?
Right. And now something super annoying. Auric needs to make 1 dexterity saving throw, and Cyrus needs to make 2.
16.
What is going on?
I don't even know that it will matter, but
Got an 11 and a 16.
where the fire washes over you, you are now, thankfully not burning, but you are flickering very similarly to the fairy fire spell. And it's your turn.
Cool. Does having the sphere affect attacks?
No,
My attacks?
you are totally fine.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna transfer Hex to the big guy north of Lexi,
All right.
and that does use my bonus action.
Yes.
Okay. So. Arr. 10 to hit.
10 is not going to hit.
Yeah. And just gonna move. Move like up to there.
The only thing to know about that is while you can see between the bars, shooting between them is probably going to be disadvantage.
Oh, those. Oh, okay. Those are the cages. I see now. Right, so 1, 2. Right, never mind. Cyrus will go like there.
All right. Alex is going to make a death saving throw. Alex is going to fail a death saving throw. And it is Auric's turn.
Remind me what kind of action it is to force feed somebody a potion.
That's an action.
Okay. Since Sana is apparently able to heal, I will force feed her a potion.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
2d4, right?
2d4 plus 2.
Wow, a whole 4 points of health.
Better
wait, so-
than nothing. All right.
And then bonus action, I will quicken cast Magic Missile. And I'm gonna cast all 3 bolts at the guy that's hexed.
So that I never get to do this. Shield.
Shenanigans.
How often does that ever come up? A burst of the wisps spray out and basically what's it called? The chaff spray out of a jet and intercepts your magic missiles, and they sort of detonate prematurely in little sparking.
I start yelling in that weird language, proto-common or whatever.
All right. Sana pushes herself back to her feet like, oh. She's going to reach over and heal Alex with Cure Wounds for 28 points of healing.
All right.
For those keeping score at home, she's a Grave Cleric, and that was a maximized 3rd level heal. Okay, that is her spell and her action. All right, it is the other swarm's turn. It is going to fire a firebolt at... It's probably got the best angle on Cyrus. Oh, haha, advantage. That's an 18 to hit.
It's
Parts of it breaks off, and a buzzing swarm flashes out and hits you for 8 points of fire damage.
all right, but that's an attack that I can uncanny dodge.
It
Right?
is. And it is Lexi's turn.
All right. I'm gonna slap the burning tree thing.
Gonna slap a burning tree.
Bigger go home. That was an 11.
Also, it has shield up until the start of its next turn.
Okay. So that one missed.
Come on, crit.
That's a 22.
22 will hit.
All right. And that is 12 points of damage.
Do you have your rage equipped?
Oh, yes.
You smash into it, and the arm sort of holding the staff almost fully breaks free, but doesn't just yet. All right, it is that creature's turn. It needs to roll a concentration check. It just barely holds on. Yep, that's what's going to happen. The lights in the cage on the staff swirl, and 4 streaking bolts fly out towards Auric. It is casting magic missile at you.
Of course it is. Do I have shield? No. No, I do not.
I almost did something different, and it just doesn't have anything else. All right, that's 14 points of force damage.
I have exactly 14 hit points.
All right.
All right, then.
That is its action. For its bonus action, Cyrus needs to make another dexterity saving throw. Jeez. 3 points of fire damage because it's halved. All right, and it is Cyrus's turn.
Wait, when can Lexi use her hero light?
I have to get hit with a melee attack.
Okay.
It's not attacking me.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was thinking it was you could do it when it did something to somebody else. All right.
I wish.
All right. Well, now Hex is still engaged on it. So I'm going to steady aim for advantage. Does a 17 hit?
17. Shield. I said shield.
Okay.
It burns its last spell slot.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I can do.
And in that case, you need to make another dexterity saving throw. Because you're ending your turn in the swarm space.
21.
All right. 1 point of fire damage. It is Alex's turn, and Alex, whoops. Oh, man. Oh, wait, no, you got her back up, and she got him back up, right? I was thinking I just hadn't done my math. There we go. Okay. In that case, Alex. Alex used that. Alex is going to drop 2 Eldritch Blasts on the other creature. And crit. It doesn't. They don't even have to roll. It just explodes. And that is Alex's turn. It is Oric's turn.
Okay. Since I have this neat ability, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. I'm giving myself advantage on these death saves.
All right. Mysterious abilities.
Oh, well, the 11 would have been a success anyway.
All right. Oh yeah, you're doing the whole thing. Okay. I'd forgotten about the other part of that. All right. Oh, which is kind of unfortunate because now Sana is going to reach over and do the same thing for you that she did for Alex and heal you for 28. But you will
Remain unconscious.
remain unconscious.
All right. So when you become conscious again, you're going to be pretty well healed.
Yep. I had a feeling that was going to happen, but unconscious Oric wouldn't know that.
All right. I can't remember. So you've seen a vision of a child playing on a hill, right?
Yes.
You haven't seen a second part of that vision, have you?
I don't think so.
So as you sort of subconsciously invoke this ability, the world slips away from you, and you are seeing that vision again, but You're at a different perspective now. When you saw it before, it was a first-person perspective. You were playing at the foot of the hill, and you could look up, and you could see your mysterious lady standing at the top of the hill. And for a moment, it's the same scene, just a different angle, which is strange. The figure whose eyes you were seeing through is playing happily, and the woman is smiling. It's only from this other angle, as your view sort of pivots, and behind her you can see about a dozen humanoid figures with armor and weapons. Some of them have implements that make you think of magic users. They have been torn apart. The grass up there should be green. It looks black because it has been splattered in about a 20-foot radius with the minced remains of these figures. And the child is playing happily covered in grass stains at the foot of the hill and has no idea.
Wow.
All right. Does that put us all the way back up to Lexi? Sonic
think
just
so.
went, right? Yep. Lexi, you are up. This thing is very badly hurt and just like leaking sappy fire and
All
blood.
right. Let's see if I can't kill it. 25.
25 will hit.
12 damage.
You can see it's leaking more fire, but there's less like free floating flames buzzing in and out of it. How do you want to finish it?
Like a baseball bat.
All right. You wind up the ancient brewer's mallet, and it does something that you've seen a few times now. The amber white fire goes pure white. And mechanically, instead of poison damage, it does radiant damage. And crack! You smash through the body. Again, wood chips and blood spray everywhere. And then you smash this cage-topped staff out of this thing's hand. And so the lower part of the body stays where it is. The upper part flies in one direction, and the staff flies in another direction. And all of these flaming lights wink out. And I'm going to need everybody to make a perception check.
I fail.
This is true.
11.
Nine.
You're all sort of breathing heavily. Alex and Sana are kind of slumped up against the wall. They've kind of dragged Oric's body out of the way a little bit. And you all, there's just the sound of you all sort of breathing heavily. And then you hear a voice. Well, damn, that was one hell of a fight. And you hear the sound of 5 or 6 sets of footsteps, heavy combat booted footsteps, and a small group of camoed and bandoliered and armed humans walk through the doorway. The figure in front, the ones in the back are mostly dressed the way you've seen before. Lots of ammo and pouches and like tactical knives and machetes and guns and baseball bats. Here and there, you see little things. One person seems to have like a magic shield. One has like just like a faintly glowing short sword. But the figure who steps through the doorway, the one who spoke, is wearing gleaming silver chainmail in like a tunic that goes almost down to their knees, and is cinched off with a belt that looks very much magical, not tactical at all. And he's holding this brutal looking mace. And he is covered head to toe in gleaming white fire. And that's where we're going to leave off for the week.
Okay.
We'll pick back up here next week. Gonna go ahead and kill our stream here.
Good night, bots.
Yeah, they cleared the bots. There's not even bots anymore. It's all right. So I have to kill the stream.